Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for December 13th, 2013, with your hosts, Beastmaker2448 and Rampant Epsilon.
Oh no.
Yeah, Tom is feeling a bit under the weather this week.
Yeah. So if I don't say much, that's why.
Yeah. But of course, we still got many, well, I wouldn't say many things, but we've got things. Just some of these I don't even know where to begin. Especially that fourth part of the title this week. That one. Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
thing you decided to end on yesterday.
I don't even. Alright. Let's get started with the articles this week. First up, Sony has registered Last of Us movie domains. Let's see, Sony's registered up. Why did my start screen all of a sudden come up? Windows 8? Alright. Sony has registered a pair of domain names to suggest a film adaptation of Naughty Dog's celebrated PlayStation 3 post-apocalyptic an action game, The Last of Us, may be in the works. The domains registered were Last of Us Movie and The Last of Us Dash Movie. To brand protection agency Mark Monitor. No announcement. 3.4 million copies of The Last of Us were sold. And nothing else. Except, this isn't Sony's first attempt at getting this is not the first Naughty Dog franchise to Naughty Dog franchise eyes for the big screen. Film based on the Uncharted series has been in the works for years. Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg said Sony is constantly asking for them to work on the film. Status of the film, which at one time had the fighter and Silver Linings Playbook director David O. Russell attached, is unknown. So another Naughty Dog's franchises is possibly being turned into a movie.
Or they're just securing the domains so that no one else can do it.
That too. I'll be honest, considering how Naughty Dog does the motion capture for these games, it's not that far off from being a movie.
True.
And I'll be honest. You were gonna say something?
That's the true.
And I'll be honest, all they have to do is get Nolan North on to play Nathan Drake for the Uncharted movie, because he's pretty much looks like Nathan Drake. But yeah, I guess it could be good. I don't see how it could be better, but okay. So yeah, that's a thing. A little quick one to start off with. Then we get into some fun stuff. Apparently, GTA Online content creator tool has been leaked in some new videos. It's still not GTA Online's content creator is still not released, but a YouTube user has posted 4 videos showing off the tool user's interface and various menus. Video comes just days after another leak suggested a casino and new activities may be in the pipeline for either GTA 5 or GTA Online. We know that what appears in the videos has not necessarily represented the final version. The final version. In fact, the YouTuber leaker said that this is indeed the case, noting that the content creator's tool file size has changed since the GTA Online 1.06 update. The version applying in the video only allows users to create races and deathmatches, not missions. So, looks like they're implementing this slowly over time. A GTA Online related announcement to make in the near future. Don't think anything's been talked about just yet. And this also comes off the free Beach Bum DLC, which pretty much gave you beach wear for your character on GTA Online, and the Doom Buggy that's been in previous GTA games, and in some vehicles, and beach-related missions and whatnot. Ooh, shall we look at a couple of these videos? And by couple, probably all of them, because the first two are like less than a minute.
I guess so. Got the first one up.
Look at this first video in 3, 2, 1, go. All the shaky cam. Alright, so apparently the camera can't go inside buildings or underground. That's good to know. You'll probably find a whole lot of nada that way. That or something like the heart that was in a GTA 4. You know what I mean when I say that?
No.
Oh, in GTA 4, if you go to the Statue of Liberty that's in the game, and go up to the top and go into this hidden door and down a ladder, you'll find the heart of Liberty City in the statue.
Huh.
Like, literally, a beating heart for Liberty City and the statue.
Huh.
Very odd Easter egg, but kind of like, I believe in San Andreas, on the top of a bridge, is a sign that says, "There are no Easter eggs here, go away."
Huh.
I'm gonna check the second one before I play it, because there's probably not. Yeah, it looks like there's not a whole lot here. I think we're gonna skip down to this third one, because it'll probably have a lot more content in it.
Alright. I'm ready.
Alright, looking at the third one video on here in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, then. Like weapon spawn placement stuff. No, that's good. Every content created has to be tested before it's published, so that's good. Guess you can only put down so many weapon spawns. Oh yeah. Maximum weapons place. So that's quite a bit. Good. Gonna guess like 20, 25, 30 weapon spawn placements.
Huh.
The max for this area that's here. You can edit on foot or in the overview camera. Loading camera. Thank you for punching the air. That was greatly appreciated. And that's it for that video. And it looks like the fourth one's just same type of content, just placing down right stuff. So, yeah, this is our first look at the content creator. Looks good, at least.
Yeah.
Plenty of options to do stuff. That's good. Of course, I also found out something weird about GTA Online that can happen.
What?
People have found a way to glitch GTA Online to where the area from the prologue, which is, I think, like, Yankton, north of Yankton, like, before GTA 5 proper starts, you can glitch that into GTA Online, and it's like this floating island off the coast.
Huh.
Yeah, it looked really weird when I found it. Like, people are going to be able to make all sorts of content with this, and it's interesting that this is, like, beta stuff, and it looks good. And hopefully with the mission creator content, that will expand it out to even more. Move on from there?
Yeah.
Alright. In more, a little bit of hacking news. Apparently someone has found a way to activate developer mode on the Xbox One, but Microsoft has warned people against that. All retail Xbox One will eventually be able to turn into developer units. However, an Xbox One developer has revealed how to unlock some of that functionality right now. Going into settings and pressing the left bumper, left trigger, and right trigger will enable what many are calling dev kit mode. This alone does not turn a console into a developer kit, a company representative said. Changing the settings in this menu is only intended for developers for Xbox One, and this alone does not turn the console into a developer kit. We strongly advise consumers against changing these settings as it could result in their Xbox One being unusable. Bravo.
Yep.
Customers who have put their consoles into this developer setting can revert by restoring factory defaults under settings system. Select restore factory defaults. The company told Engadget. Here's a video showing off the process. Okay, first question. Why would you try to do this?
My bigger question is why would Microsoft leave something that easily accessible?
I mean, this is like activating a cheat code.
Yeah.
Why? That's like, why would they leave this in, and why would someone do this? Because apparently it does nothing. Also, you can brick your console by doing this. What? Why? I mean, I don't think there's like. I'm kind of digging through the video just to be like, what is in here? Okay, it looks like it does a whole lot of jack crap unless you have a sandbox ID. So unless you have that, there's nothing you can do. And from there, you might be able to find something. I don't know, you might exploit the console. Okay. Y'all have fun nearly bricking your consoles. Anything else to say?
No.
Alright, then moving on. We have Xbox One and PlayStation 4 sales numbers. And apparently an article talking about why they don't matter right now. Let's see, the PlayStation 4 sold 1 million consoles in 24 hours. Then the Xbox One did 2. But the PlayStation 4 only launched in 2 countries compared to the Xbox One 13. And the PlayStation 4's global launch across 32 countries, Sony reported 2.1 million console sales. Microsoft says that currently the Xbox One is seeing unprecedented demand. Not talking about that. Yeah. Not talking about that.
Basically, what I got from this article is they said, yeah, you could toss around numbers all day long, but really, right now, nothing right here shows which console has came out on top.
Yeah. I was just kind of skimming.
And it makes a point there. Because until you start seeing the consoles being readily available at any store you walk into, then you can't really judge it right now.
Yeah.
Because right now they're selling out just as quick as they're getting them.
Which is a good sign.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's probably why I picked this up. I kind of forgot why I got this one. That's probably why I got it. It was just like, just bringing about that point. It's like, guys, numbers don't matter right now. Which, yeah, it's.
Now, don't get me wrong. Looking at the stats there, if I had to guess, PS4's on top right now. Just stating that. Because you look, PS4 launched in 2 countries, sold 1 million consoles in the first 24 hours.
Yep.
Xbox One launched in 13 countries and did the same. So the numbers don't seem like they're matching for Xbox One. Now that could change.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, right now PS4 is on top.
Yeah, and looking at the graphs down there of definitely will buy a next-gen console, will not buy a next-gen console, and when, Sony's on top and Microsoft's on bottom for one, and it's the flip side for the other, and, guess who's on the bottom of the will purchase?
And on the top of the will not.
Yeah. Like I said before, Microsoft's little shenanigans cost them.
Yeah.
Not big, but it cost them.
I don't know. I mean, who's to say with them launching in 13 countries that Xbox One couldn't have been the first to sell 3 million in the first 24 hours?
Yeah.
If they hadn't screwed it up and biffed it horribly.
Yeah, their mistakes were not going to kill them.
No.
What it was going to do is make them not sell as many.
Exactly.
At least not initially. I think over time, they're going to catch up.
I'll tell you right now what'll be the turning point. In all honesty, too. Halo 5 will be the turning point for Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be an Xbox One exclusive. We already know that. Even though they haven't said it, we know that.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the turning point for Xbox One. I can almost guarantee that. Because really, they don't have any exclusives that are worth a darn.
Yeah, Dead Rising 3 is nowhere near the quality of Dead Rising 1 and 2. Rise flopped. Forza 5 is not as impressive as other titles. What else is exclusive?
I think that really covered the main ones. I don't really think there was anything else besides the little trash here and there.
Yeah. But those three really didn't impress.
In all honesty, Minecraft turned around the whole indie side of the 360, but I don't even think it's going to do that on Xbox One.
Even though I think they got like 40 some odd indie companies doing indie titles on Xbox One. Granted, I would like to know how many of that number are also doing it on the PlayStation 4.
Right.
But yeah, I can see that where the numbers aren't going to really matter right now, especially determining whether the Xbox One done screwed itself over. I think out of the gate they have, but over time, I think more and more people are going to forgive and forget until Microsoft decides to do something else stupid.
And I mean, if you look in that article too. Now, I disagree with them even talking about the Wii in here. Because
Wait, the Wii or the Wii U?
The Wii. Because the Wii was the biggest flop that Nintendo's had. But the Wii, 600,000 in its first week. The PS2, 500,000. You think about them numbers. Really, both of those consoles did fairly decent.
Yeah.
PS2 more so than the Wii. That's why I'm like, wow, why'd you even put Wii in there?
Yeah, the PS2 was, the highest grossing console, I think, to date.
Because they had so many good titles.
Yeah.
And that helped it.
And the Wii capitalized on the casual market more than anything.
No, the Wii capitalized on the fitness market.
I said casual.
No, fitness.
Aren't they the same thing? I think like most people consider that the same thing.
Yeah, they can be considered the same thing, but I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
No. To me, casual, there's actually some games in there.
Fitness is just, how much do I weigh today? Let me do these various yoga poses in order to lose weight somehow.
Let me swing my arms randomly and hope that makes me lose weight.
I'm still not quite sure how yoga makes you lose weight, but I don't know. I don't do yoga. It doesn't seem that intensive of a workout. Like, you have various poses you hold, but I'm like, you hold these poses for a while. I don't know. The recent Duck Dynasty rerun I've watched make me think of that. So I'm just like, you lose weight doing this. I don't think I get it. I can see how someone who's out of shape is gonna damn near kill themselves doing this.
And how it might be funny to anyone watching.
Yes. But yeah. Not to knock yoga, it's just like I don't get you. But it's because I don't really know how you work.
But yeah, this article, yeah. It's too hard to tell who's on top, really.
Yeah. It's a good sobering reminder article. Alright, shall we move on to the next one?
Yep.
Alright, next up, we revisit Thief, as we learn about custom difficulty in UI options.
Huh.
See, iOS Montreal may have ruffled a few feathers by disinterring the hollowed corpse of the Thief series, but it's certainly listening to fans' concerns about how video games nowadays are all for babies or something. Oh, okay. Has anyone who's ever made that comment stopped and go, maybe I'm just getting better at video games in general?
Wait, you can get better at video games?
Have you never heard me reference gamer instinct? It's the sixth sense that a gamer Yes. Like it's like a personal theory of mine. Is gamer instinct. It's this like sixth sense you have about a game that you've never played before. Like if you see like this random little hallway kind of off what you think is the main path, you go explore it just out of instinct and curiosity. But
Uh,
your instinct knows there's something down there, even though you don't know that there is. Or even if the game tells you there is nothing, you still think there's something down there because that's how games are. Stuff is hidden in little nooks and crannies like that. It's things like that that if you play enough games, it's like, oh, I know that. But that's like a personal theory of mine and completely off topic. Let's see, after cutting an XP system and scrapping QTEs in the new Thief, the developer has detailed the ways players can customize and strip down the UI, as well as fiddle with the difficulty. No UI, no knockout, no alert, no damage Iron Man runs. Here we come. Oh goody, people wanting to do go balls difficult on this. The adoption menu will let players tweak and turn off a grand 19 UI elements, a new blog post detailed. From the minimap and navigation prompts to light gem and threat icons, players can essentially turn the UI off entirely if they fancy.
so they can make it oh my fucking god, are you serious mode.
But I like that one person who's dropped by our Persona 4 stream and said, "Oh, I'm doing an Izanagi only run." Can you imagine how hard it is in a Persona game to use only one Persona, and it's the one you start with?
Jeez.
Yeah. I am like, you know what? I would want to watch this because this has to be entertaining. Because, runs like that, I don't think I would ever want to do myself, but I will watch them to no end because they are absolutely entertaining. This is what gave us, this is the same type of mentality that gave us Nuzlocke runs. And those are just entertaining to watch. Just someone freak out over just the just a little Caterpie, and it's like, oh no, Caterpie, go away! A Pokemon a week. I haven't truly seen a situation like that, but just that idea of just like every fight is just like, do I really want to risk it? Do I want to risk it? That's slot. The also customize with difficulty on top of regular, easy, normal, and hard modes. Thief has 13 difficulty modes to mess about with. 4 are dedicated to making it more like Classic Thief, with effects like disabling manual saves and checkpoints, and turning off the bullet timey focus system. While some of the 13 are relatively iniquitous. I have no clue what word that is.
I don't either.
Others are right pigs. Okay, now your words. What are you saying? You could, for example, make it so Garrett moves slowly as if he is detected, harms anyone, or takes even one single point of damage. You need to start the entire game over from. What? Seriously?
Oh dear God.
Okay, okay, folks. If you are seriously going to turn on all these options, I say 2 things to you. 1, don't. Just don't. Just stop here. Just stop. You're asking for a world of hurt. 2, if you are crazy enough to do this, record it at a decent quality, and you have at least guaranteed 1 viewer, if I see it. Alright, let's see, to show off how cool you are, the game will have leaderboards. The game designer Alexandre Bertot explained in the accompanying podcast. Each extra difficulty option will give you a number of points, which will register on the finish of the game. Also, there's a maximum number of points. The leaderboard will resolve times by dates, so the first person to finish the game on hard difficulty with every mod will be at top forever.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh no. Oh Dear God, they're actually promoting this.
And what's sad is someone will stream an attempt at it.
Yes. You insane people, they're just asking for people to just be like, I'm going to make this as difficult as possible for myself. I love how they've set up the leaderboards where it's like, whoever is the lucky guy to pull this off will do it.
Whoever's the lucky guy to pull this off first.
Yeah, first. Oh, that makes it even worse because you know there's gonna be people like day one's like, all the options on, we're flipping all the switches. It's like, I'm going in blind and I'm switching everything on. Makes it even worse.
But you know what's bad though? Everyone that does that will end up failing the first time. I bet you the first person that'll wind up doing that will be someone that has played through it with the easiest possible settings there is.
Yeah.
Just run straight through it one time and then go back through with it.
Yeah, he was the easy mode, so he's like, okay, we got cards like here, here, and here. We got the thing here, so I got to route through here and all this stuff, and he's pretty much playing the route accordingly.
Exactly. Have a little notebook showing exactly what he's going to do at each part.
Man. And I didn't want to say this now, but guess what's just come across my Twitter?
What?
It's related.
What?
You know that movie you did a recap and review on?
Yes.
You know the sequel that you haven't gotten to watch yet?
Oh God, we're getting the third.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm just gonna read this now just to get it out of the way before we move on. But the latest, this is coming from Tokunation, which I'll be talking about later. With the latest movie war opening in Japan this weekend, Toei appears to have begun work on the next epic team-up. The newly launched superhero movie site figures a combination of every major Kamen Rider from both eras and often refers to the project as featuring Super Sentai. Whatever it is, there's a release date of March 29th, 2014. And it is possibly Showa versus Heisei.
Now, hold on a second.
You have a button for this?
No.
Oh.
Although I probably should by now.
Oh, dear.
When did you say the release date was?
March 29th, I believe. I'll make sure that what I just said is the correct.
That would be a month earlier than what they've been doing. They've been shooting for the end of April.
Yep.
What the hell?
I just want to remind you that the first Superhero Taisen was a rush job. I have no clue if the second was, but the first was.
I bet the second was. Because a year. Not to mention, you gotta think, you've got crews working on the shows too, using some of the suits.
Yep.
So. Uh.
I love how people are like, this could be awesome. I'm like, do you not remember the last two?
But this could be the time they could redeem themselves.
I mean, granted, the sides are even because we have, let's see, 5, 10, 15 Heisei and 15 Showa now. in terms of main writers. We start adding in everybody to show error is fucked in terms of numbers.
True.
Granted, they might come out through experience, but number-wise, they're kind of screwed. Plus, I don't think they got anybody to match any of the commentary writers in terms of clock up. Or FizeXL. Or Oz's La Trata combo. So, yeah.
Or the fact that Decade could use anyone's powers.
Including the Showa guys.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Which, yeah, how the... You know what? I just thought about that. How the hell did he get a card for them? I just thought about that.
He got it in the movie award 2010 when he killed everybody. Because he still has the cards at the end of the movie.
Huh.
It's like the only legitimate argument I can think of.
Yeah, but...
How does he get all the other cards? Fuck, I don't know. I just assume at the end of the movie he just now has a card for everybody because he has a giant stack of cards throughout the entire movie. And I assume it's one for everybody. I'm sure even G has a card in there for as obscure as he is. Alright, shall we move off the derailing I just did?
Yes.
Alright. Now, this is going to be a bit of kind of talking about the aftermath of this thing. But, initially, earlier, past couple weeks, Riot Games, put out a policy to its pro players who do streaming that they cannot play, let's see, Riot Games, just pulled a quick illustration. The company said yesterday that professional players would not be able to stream any of the list of 27 video games. I shall pull them up, just to list off all 27 games. They could not play, from Blizzard, anything from Diablo franchise, StarCraft, Warcraft, or World of Warcraft, or Hearthstone. From Valve, Dota 2. From S2 Games, Heroes of Newerth. From Petroglyph Games, Rise of Mortals. From Turbine, Infinite Crisis. From Waystone Games, Electronic Arts, Dawngate. From Zynga, Solstice Arena. I'm gonna stop naming companies. Realm of Titans, Smite, Monday Night Combat, Guardians of Middle-earth, Sins of the Dark Age, Warhammer Online, Wrath of Heroes, Awesome Knots, Bloodline Champions, Demigod, Fat Princess, Land of Chaos Online, Crasher, Warlocks, World of Tanks, World of Warplanes, and gambling websites. Or gambling website. Why say gambling? Gambling. That's a terrible pronunciation.
Gambling. I like that.
But on Gamer reports that Riot Director of Esports, Waylon Rosell, has updated their streaming policy. Teams and players cannot accept sponsorship from other game companies to promote other titles. Besides that, they are free to stream any game they want. He clarifies that the original reason for the ban was to prevent other game studios from trying to buy access to the league fans by trying to use LCS teams players to promote their competing games on Steam. However, Rosen admits that the complete ban on streaming was an overreach that encroached on pros' ability to have fun and entertain viewers during long challenger queues. Because for the pro players, when they're queuing up, they kind of have long queues. So apparently they just play some other stuff while they're waiting, which I don't blame them. Like,
yeah.
we'll get I think the longest we've ever had is like a minute queue time.
Unless we've had a queue dodger. Then we've had up to 2.
Yeah. But I'm sure, I assume for the pro players, it's a longer list. So yeah, this is kind of talking about the aftermath of that. Now, what I find interesting is what's in this list. Now, several of these titles are MOBAs. Infinite Crisis, Smite, Monday Night Combat,
Dota.
um, Dota, Guardians of Middle Earth. Although the original Dota is not listed, but Dota 2 is.
Because no one really plays Dota anymore now that Dota 2's out.
Yeah. Ocelot, another one, but I don't recognize. Smite, but I don't think I already said Smite. I think Rise of the Immortals might be a MOBA. And Heroes of New Earth is a MOBA, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I don't get is some of these others. Fat Princess. The fuck? Seriously? Fat Princess? It's not a MOBA. That's nowhere close to a MOBA. Plus, who plays Fat Princess anymore? World of Tanks and World of Warplanes? What?
Competitive.
But it's not even the same genre.
Don't matter though, competitive.
So, why isn't Halo listed or Call of Duty listed in this list?
Because those are console shooters. Most of your...
Fat Princess is a console game!
Doesn't it also have a PC?
I don't think so. That was a PS2 exclusive. Not PS2, PS3 exclusive.
Huh. Then I don't know.
Yes, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Portable. What the fuck?
Maybe because of the portable part of it?
You can't stream portable games. Well, the only way you can stream like PlayStation Portable games right now is either if you have the hardware or it's an emulator.
Okay, we're talking about pro players. They're getting paid to do this crap.
Yeah.
I think they would have the money to have the hardware.
Yeah. Let's see. Hearthstone, which is a card game. World of Warcraft? What?
Okay. How many times has Blizzard had big popular figures promoting the game?
Gamers or celebrities?
Celebrities.
Plenty.
So, do you not think that they would see, we've got a popular League Pro team. Let's get them to do some promotion for us.
True.
I don't put it past Blizzard.
Yeah, it's like some of these are just confusing. Like the random inclusion of Fat Princess out of nowhere. It's just like, what? Why? Why Fat Princess? Of all things, I'm more confused by that than anything. Because it's like, okay, a whole bunch of other MOBAs. Okay, then I guess that makes sense. Popular Blizzard stuff. Well, let's see. Browsing games. What's the #1 stream game on Twitch right now? League. Dota. Yeah. Let's see. Where is World of Warcraft? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Hearthstone is 5th. Also, why is Minecraft not on there?
Because Minecraft is not accepted as a competitive game.
That's beside the point.
No pro players.
That's beside the point. Like, Diablo. I mean, Diablo doesn't have anything competitive, multiplayer-wise. So why is Diablo listed? It has.
Isn't Diablo another Blizzard title?
Yes. But it has no competitive multiplayer.
But it's
Why
another
put it in?
Blizzard title. Gets back to what I was saying about World of Warcraft.
Let's see. Oh, Primal Carnage is right behind World of Warcraft at 5,000. Where's Primal Carnage? Where's Call of Duty? Because that's all PC.
Now,
What about
see,
DayZ?
Call of Duty, Battlefield, I can understand those two.
Yeah,
But like you were saying about Halo, that breaks into consoles.
DayZ. That's got like 4,000, almost 5,000.
DayZ's technically a mod, though.
So Arma in general.
Competitive side for Arma's not there. It's
Counter
kind of
Strike.
non-existent.
Counter Strike. That's got like 3,600. That's competitive.
There again, though, it's virtually non-existent.
That just confuses me because I'm just like, what the fuck? I bring up all these other games and somehow Fat Princess gets through. Of all the things, Fat Princess gets through. That's kind of the point I'm getting at. Is okay. If you were to name like the top 10 multiplayer games, despite on let's say console on no matter what it's platform it's on, Fat Princess is nowhere close to that, and that gets banned. And the top 10 games I could name off the top of my head don't. Sorry, pro league players. The fuck? I'm harping on this point way too much. But you do you understand at least my confusion about this?
Yeah, but it's got to be something to do with the developer.
Titan Studios, Funbits Interactive, Sony Computer Entertainment.
Got to be one of them that's tied in with something directly competitive to League.
No, because no one else. No, if they would, they'd be listed somewhere else, and they're not. Like, I will look up each of these developers. Like Sony Computer Entertainment, nope, because they would have just knocked out that. They do MMOs like EverQuest, and those aren't taken care of. Okay, Titan Studios. All they've done is Fat Princess. Let's see, the guys who did the PSP version, nada. And Funbits Interactive doesn't even have a wiki page.
Huh.
So, what the hell? Like, what has Funbits did? On their projects. Indie titles. Yeah, Fat Princess and another indie title. Nothing else. I'm calling right out on this pick. Alright, just to get back on the original issue of, oh hey pro players, you can't play any of these games, you can't stream any of these games. What do you think of that?
Not much to think about it. Man, that
I
is
just,
kind of over and done with now.
yeah, I just think it's a bit odd. It's like, you can't stream any of these games. Okay. I don't see the problem with them streaming them too much. I mean, them accepting, like, free copies of games and other stuff from said companies for said games, I can understand that being a problem, but just streaming them, I don't see the issue. So, yeah. Now, you want to move on to the fun one?
Yeah.
I I don't believe I'm saying this. Valve experimenting with tongue, comma, bottom controllers. Let me say that again. Valve. Valve, you know, the guys who make Half-Life and Team Fortress, you know, those games are experimenting with tongue and bottom controllers. I trying to think. Let's see. Let's see. Controllers tailor-made for the lumpy thing protruding from the bottom of your back. Also, your tongue. Thankfully, the two are not being used in conjunction. I would not even know where to begin if those two were being used together. And we have videos. Let's watch this first one. I don't know. I don't understand. You queued up and ready?
Now.
Okay. Looking at posterior base game controller in 3, 2, 1, go.
A quick hack of a game controller to test out an idea this weekend. What this is a game controller that you sit on, and how you shift your weight and turn your body will control the game character. So I have it set up right now so that the rotational axis is 1-to-1. It's basically just like moving a mouse side to side. And the direction controls are relative. So if you put more weight on the front of this panel, you go forward, and if you put more weight on the back, you go backward, and it works for strafing as well. Note that I am also using the mouse in addition to this game controller. The environment requires me to turn more than 180 degrees to navigate, and there's really no way to do that with the seat controller yet. So you can see how this thing would work to control a first-person shooter, and you might be saying, oh, well, that's silly, you know, WASD already works perfectly well, there's no way this could be faster. And that's true. However, there are some circumstances where you might want to have your body control the motion. One, it frees up your hand to do something else, to interact with the environment. And also, this works better for virtual reality. And so I'll be talking about some of the VR work that I've been doing at Valve. And this controller may tie into that. I built this controller by combining a cheap digital bathroom scale and an Xbox 360 controller. And I took the scale apart and noticed that it had 4 force sensors at each corner, and the sensors were routed to a main PCB with the display readout. So at first I was thinking what I would do is add a microcontroller to this and measure each channel separately, and then use the microcontroller to figure out where your center of gravity is on the scale just by calculating the ratios between the sensors. But then I realized there was actually a much quicker, cheaper way to do this just with a single op-amp. So each of the 4 force sensors has 3 wires coming out, and I suspect they're built kind of like this, but I'm not sure. And the 3 wires are arranged like so, and one resistance is fixed, and the other resistance
Okay, this is not just a
changes when you
demonstration,
put
this is a
force
how-to
on
make this
on
work.
the sensor. One of the main reasons to have a configuration
If
like
you are
this is
smart
to
enough to figure out
compensate
all
for
of the
temperature. So this
techno.
resistor won't be affected
I
by
don't want to
the
say
force
techno babble
applied to
because
it,
it's
but it will be
what he
affected by
says probably
temperature.
does
And this
actually
one will be
makes
affected by
sense.
temperature and the force applied to it. So by effectively subtracting those two, or taking the difference, we can get just the force only and avoid temperature effects. So the trick here is that the change in resistance is very low, probably just maybe a couple ohms, and these resistors have a base resistance of about a kilo ohm, so we're talking about a very, very small percentage. So the trick is, how do you amplify that small change and that tiny, tiny change in resistance to a voltage big enough to give to our game controller board? So this is the circuit that I came up with, and there's nothing too special here, but we can use the arrangement of these sensors to our advantage. So since they're arranged in a cross pattern, what we can do is say arbitrarily that one of these opposed set of sensors will be fore and aft, and the other pair will be left and right. So that whenever the ratio changes between these opposed sensors, we'll know that that's a fore and aft input. So this circuit here represents one axis. And what we do is we set up the sensors in a Wheatstone bridge, and this bridge is designed to measure very small changes in resistance. And what we do is we put the forward sensor on the top half of the bridge and the reverse sensor in the bottom half of the bridge. So an increase in resistance here will lower
How is
this
it I'm
voltage,
finding this very
or
fascinating
a
to
decrease in
listen to?
resistance here will raise this voltage.
When this literally
and
is a
we
controller.
put these into an op-amp with
This
the
isn't even a
positive,
full
or the
controller. This is
non-inverting
like
and
controlling
inverting
half of the
inputs,
stick, half
such
of
that
an analog
the
stick
differences
with your
are
butt.
summed. The important thing is that the total amount of weight applied to the scale doesn't really matter. What we're only interested in is relative difference between these sensors. So in the original scale application, they actually summed all these together in a positive way, and we're actually taking just the differential difference between two pairs of sensors. The Xbox controller, before I took it apart, I measured the voltages on the thumbstick pot, and it appeared that the pot was supplied with 0 and 1.6 volts, and its resting point was about 0.8. So I guess they optimized this circuit for battery power, being a 1.6 volt circuit. So what I did was I added another pot to the op-amp circuit to control the offset. So this will feed a little bit of current into, or draw a little bit out of, this line, which will change the
Okay, now this
resting
is
state
making
value
the
of
tug
the whole
controller
system.
really interesting.
And this is also a pot in my
Because I just have to go.
circuit, so that I can control the gain.
How does the tug controller work?
So here's what the whole thing looks like. It's just one op-amp, and I used an LM324, which I've been accused of using these, even though they're apparently the worst op-amp in production. But for low frequency applications like this, it's fine. And there's the gain and offset pots for each axis, and the wires going into the board here. The mouse sensor is also a quick and dirty hack. I just cut up an old ball mouse and sliced away the case except for one axis, one roller, and then put a piece of rubber tubing on it and mounted it here so that it would contact the bottom of this Lazy Susan bearing. So after just a little bit of tweaking, it was actually quite playable, and I suspect the next set of improvements would be to actually add the microcontroller to do auto zeroing, so you could just sit down and press a button and have it remember that center of gravity as 0, and then your movements relative to that would be counted as inputs. Currently, you have to shift your weight a little bit carefully on this to get to the scale's actual center point, because there is no auto zeroing function. Also, I imagine with better signal processing, discrete movements could be detected better. So instead of just doing an absolute sort of one-to-one relationship between center of mass and control input, there could be different curves. You might figure out a logarithmic curve might work better. Right now it's linear, and I suspect there's quite a bit more that can be done once a microcontroller is added. Okay, see you next time. Bye.
Huh.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Those people who just do ridiculous mods with consoles and controllers. Like people have made